Welcome. In previous sessions, we discussed the what is meant by temperature stresses and problems related to the temperature stresses and also related to the elastic constants. So today concept is strain energy concept. So what is meant by strain energy? So strain energy is the internal energy which is stored in any material which is loaded within its elastic limit. So strain energy is nothing but an internal energy which is stored in any material. So which is stored in any material and the material is loaded within its elastic limit. So that is the strain energy. So strain energy, some of the points regarding to the strain energy. Strain energy is also called as work done by a loaded material. So work done by a loaded material is also known as strain energy. So it is also called as resilience. Resilience is also called as strain energy. So internal energy which is stored in any material which is loaded within its elastic limit is known as strain energy, and it is also called as resilience, and strain energy is also known as work done by a loaded material. So these are the three definitions for the strain energy. So units for the strain energy is Newton mm or Newton meter in terms of newtons, and in terms of kilonewtons the unit of strain energy is kilonewton meter or kilonewton mm. So these are the units for the strain energy. For strain energy to be stored, material must deform within the elastic limit. So here is a condition for the strain energy. So for strain energy to be stored, so when strain energy is stored in a body, material must deform within its elastic limit. So that is the behavior of the material. So the behavior of the material for the strain energy is within the elastic limit. So next, strain energy depends upon applied loads. So strain energy is depends upon applied loads. So the strain energy concept, so principle for the strain energy is used in case of springs. So used in the springs. And next, when the load is removed, material will regain its original shape. So when load is removed, while a strain energy is stored in a body, when the load is removed, so then material will regain its original shape. So next, the load applied on the material can be, so three types of loads are applied on the material in the strain energy concept, that is gradually applied load, suddenly applied load, and impact load. So gradually applied load, suddenly applied load, and impact load. So impact load is nothing but load falling from a height, that is the impact load. Sudden load, so sudden load when load is suddenly falling, so that is the suddenly applied load. So coming to the gradually applied load, so here the name indicates that the load is a gradually applied load. So that is the gradually applied load. So these are the points regarding to the strain energy concept. So internal energy which is stored in any material which is loaded within the elastic limit is known as strain energy. It is also called as resilience, and work done by a loaded material is also called as strain energy, and units for the strain energy is Newton mm or kilonewton meter, and loads applied on the material is gradually applied load, suddenly applied load, and impact loads. So next, resilience. So what is meant by resilience? Resilience is the energy which is stored within elastic limit. So resilience is also nothing but an energy. So energy that is stored within the elastic limit, so that is the resilience. So it is given by the letter U. Next definition for proof resilience. So proof resilience, it is the maximum strain energy stored in a body. So maximum strain energy stored in a material is called as proof resilience. So proof resilience means maximum strain energy. So maximum strain energy is given by U max equal to sigma max square divided by 2E into U. So U max equal to sigma max square divided by 2E into nu. So that is the formula for the proof resilience. So nu is the strain energy, E is the Young's modulus, and sigma is the maximum stress. So that is the proof resilience. So coming to the modulus of resilience. So what is meant by modulus of resilience? So modulus of resilience is defined as strain energy per unit volume. So strain energy per unit volume is known as modulus of resilience. So mathematically, modulus of resilience formula is sigma square by 2E into U by U, nothing but nu by nu. So nu by nu, so 2 nu's gets cancelled. So modulus of resilience formula is sigma square by 2E. So that is the modulus of resilience. So these are the 4 definitions regarding to the strain energy concept. So resilience is energy which is stored within the elastic limit. Maximum strain energy stored in a material is called as proof resilience, and strain energy per unit volume is the modulus of resilience. So these are the important definitions for the strain energy concept. Next, stresses in members for different cases. So here 3 types of loading conditions we know. So first applied load is gradually applied load, and second one is suddenly applied load, and third one is impact load. So figure for the gradually applied load. So in x-axis deflection is running, and in y-axis load is in the y-axis. So strain energy in case of gradually applied load, the variation of the strain energy in case of a gradually applied load is, figure shows the strain energy. So stress is in gradually applied load, stress is given by sigma equal to P by A. Here deflection increases, load also increases. That's why stress is given by sigma equal to P by A. Units is Newton per mm square. So that is the stress for the gradually applied load. So coming to the suddenly applied load, here deflection value increases, load value also increases, but the load value is twice the stress. So that's why stress equal to 2P by A. So units for suddenly applied load is Newton per mm square. Here is the image for the impact load. Here a weight is at a height h, and a rod is connected, a collar is connected between below the rod. So this is the figure for the impact load, and stress is given by the sigma equal to P by A plus root of P by A whole square plus 2EPH by AL. So that is the formula for the impact load. So for gradually applied load, stress formula is sigma equal to P by A, and for suddenly applied load sigma equal to 2P by A, and for impact load sigma equal to P by A plus root of P by A whole square plus 2EPH by AL. So this is the shortcut for the gradually applied load formulas. Okay, so next, how to derive the stresses. So first one, strain energy stored in a body due to gradually applied load. So heading is strain energy stored in a body due to gradually applied load. So gradually applied load is the load which starts from 0 and increases gradually till the body is fully loaded. So here gradually applied load figure. So load which starts from 0 and increases gradually till the body is fully loaded. లోడ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతున్న కొద్దీ జీరో వాల్యూ దగ్గర నుంచి గ్రాడ్యువల్గా లోడ్ అనేది ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. సో అంటే స్ట్రెయిన్ ఎనర్జీ కూడా గ్రాడ్యువల్గా ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. సో నెక్స్ట్, నౌ కన్సిడర్ ఏ మెటాలిక్ బార్ సబ్జెక్టెడ్ టు ఏ gradual load. So for deriving the formula, we consider a metallic bar, so which is subjected to a gradual load. So the gradual load is in the manner of which starts from 0 and increases gradually till the body is fully loaded. So after considering the metallic bar, let P equal to gradually applied load and A equal to cross sectional area of the bar and L equal to length of the bar and E equal to modulus of elasticity of the material and delta L equal to deformation of the bar and U equal to strain energy stored in the body. Here these are the terms we are used in the formulas for deriving the gradually applied load. That's why let P, A, L, E, delta L and U. Since the load is applied gradually, so it varies from 0 to P. Therefore average load, so average load equal to 0 plus P by 2, that equal to P by 2. Therefore work done, formula for the work done is force into distance. So here force is P by 2 into distance is nothing but delta L. So delta L, but we know the strain formula. So strain E equal to delta L by L. So from that delta L equal to EL. So substitute the delta L equal to EL. So P by 2 into EL. Next, we know the stress is nothing but F equal to load by area, so P by A. So here P equal to F into A, substitute the F into A value in case of instead of P value. So half into F into A into E into L. So this is the work done formula. So here work done equal to force into distance. So force equal to P by 2 into distance is nothing but delta L. So from the strain formula, the delta L equal to EL. So substituting the EL value in the delta L value. So P by 2 into EL. And next, from the stress formula, P value is also substituted. So P equal to F into A. So that's why half into F into A into E into L. So this is the work done formula. So here work done equal to half into F is nothing but stress into E is nothing but strain into AL. AL is nothing but volume. So half into stress, F into strain. So strain formula is Young's modulus equal to stress by strain. So from that formula, strain E equal to stress by Young's modulus, nothing but F by E. So substituting the F by E value in strain. So F by E into volume is nothing but A into L. So F into F is nothing but F square by 2E into AL. So F square by 2E into AL is nothing but volume. So therefore strain energy stored So therefore strain energy stored equal to work done, that equal to F square by 2E into volume. And modulus of resilience. So modulus of resilience is nothing but strain energy per unit volume. So strain energy per unit volume is nothing but F square by 2E. So neglecting the volume, so volume is E per unit volume, that's why volume gets cancelled. So modulus of resilience formula is F square by 2E. So modulus of resilience equal to strain energy per unit volume, that equal to F square by 2E. So this is the strain energy stored in a body due to gradually applied load. So next, strain energy stored in the body due to suddenly applied load. So for suddenly applied load, if a load P is suddenly applied, the load acting throughout deformation remains the same. So load is acting throughout the body. So but the load is nothing but suddenly applied load, and for that body the deformation remains the same. So for the suddenly applied load concept, consider work done. Work done equal to force into distance. So force is nothing but average load into distance. So average load is P into distance is nothing but delta L. So strain energy equal to, we know, half into F into E into A into L. So half into stress is F into strain, అంటే strain E equal to delta L by L. So substituting the strain formula, so delta L by L into volume is nothing but A into L. So work done equal to strain energy. So equating the work done formula and strain energy stored formula. So P into delta L equal to half into F into delta L by L into A into L. So here LL gets cancelled and delta L gets cancelled. So P equal to half into F into A. So from that, stress F equal to 2P by A. So F equal to 2P by A. Thus the instantaneous stress produced due to a suddenly applied load is twice. Suddenly applied load is twice that when it is gradually applied. So instantaneous stress produced. So instantaneous stress produced due to suddenly applied load is nothing but twice. So ante F equal to 2P by A. So danne instantaneous stress anedi produce avutundi due to suddenly applied load valla twice produce avutundi ani cheppi F equal to 2P by A ni derives. derive చేసాం. సో F equal to 2p/a. సో నెక్స్ట్ strain energy stored in a body when the load is applied with impact. So next strain energy stored in a body when the load is applied with impact. So here diagram is here first a fixed support is there, and next bottom a rod is connected. Below the rod a collar is connected. Load is applied at a height of h from the center of the L to the collar, center of the collar, and after applying the load a deformation, nothing but delta L is produced. So after deformation, so delta L value, so delta L image is also represented in the diagram. So L is nothing but length of the rod. Let a load P falls freely from a distance h before it strikes the collar attached at the bottom of the bar shown in figure. So for that, work done equal to load into distance. So load is nothing but P into distance. So distance is actual load is h, and after the load is applied, so the deformation load is, so deformation length is also added. So that's why h plus delta L. So that is the work done formula. So we know that the strain energy stored U equal to F square by 2E into A into L. So that is the strain energy stored. So equating the strain energy stored and work done. So strain energy stored formula is F square by 2E into A into L, that equal to work done formula is P into H plus delta L. So F square by 2E into A into L, that equal to multiplying the P value through the H plus delta L. So P into H plus P into delta L. So PH plus P delta L. Next F square by 2E plus, sorry, F square by 2E into A into L equal to P into H plus P into delta L. So for deformation, delta L formula is PL by AE or FL by E. So that's why FL by E value is substituted in the delta L. So F square by 2E into AL, that equal to PH plus P into FL by E. So F square, so here F square is the, F is the common term. So F square into AL by 2E minus F into PL by W minus P into H equal to 0. So after that, multiplying both sides by E by AL. So after multiplying both sides E by L, so the equation is F square by 2 minus F into P by A minus PEH by AL equal to 0. So here a quadratic equation is formed. So the quadratic equation is F equal to P by A plus or minus root of P by A whole square plus 4 into 1 by 2 into PEH by A into L. So 2 ones, 2 twos. Then F equal to P by A into 1 plus root of 1 plus 2 AEH by PL. So this is the stress formula in case of impact load, or here another formula is also there. So the another formula is F equal to P by A plus root of P by A whole square plus 2EPH by AL. So here P equal to load falling from a height and A equal to area of the rod and E equal to Young's modulus and H equal to height of the fall. So units for the load is actually Newton. So it is falling from a height, so that's why the unit is mm, and A unit is mm square and E unit is Newton per mm square. So this is the formulas for the gradually applied load, suddenly applied load and impact load. So for gradually applied load, strain energy stored is nothing but work done, that equal to F square by 2E into volume, and next for suddenly applied load, stress F equal to 2P by A, and for impact load F equal to P by A plus root of P by A whole square plus 2EPH by A into L. So these are the 3 loading conditions. So next problems. So first problem, a member 1000 mm long and 200 by 300 mm in cross section is subjected to a tensile load of 2200 Newton. So find the strain energy stored by the member. Take E equal to 2.0 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. So here a member is considered. So length of the member is nothing but 1000 mm and cross section of the member is 200 by 300, nothing but a rectangular member. So here a tensile load is applied. So the tensile load is P, that equal to 2200 Newton. So what we have to find out? The strain energy stored in the member. So how much amount of strain energy stored in the member is we have to find out. So for that E value is also given. So E equal to 2.0 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. So formula for the strain energy. So here the load is a normal load. So that's why gradually applied load is considered. So that's why gradually applied load formula is taken, nothing but a general formula for the strain energy we are considering. So strain energy U equal to F square by 2E into volume. So F square by 2E into volume. So here F equal to stress and E equal to Young's modulus. So for stress F equal to P by A, nothing but stress equal to load by area. So here load P equal to 2200 divided by area. So area is nothing but cross sectional dimensions is given. So 200 by 300, that equal to 60,000. So P is 2200 divided by 60,000, that equal to 0.0366 Newton per mm square. So that is the stress value. So coming to the volume. So volume formula for the volume is area into length. So here area is 60,000 into length. So length of the member is 1000. So 60,000 into 1000, that equal to 60 into 10 power 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here 6 zeros is there. So that's why 60 into 10 power 6. So substituting the stress values and volume values. and Young's modulus values in the strain energy formula. So here U equal to F value is 0.0366 divided by 0.0366 whole square divided by 2 into E value is 2.0 into 10 power 5 into volume. So volume is 60 into 10 power 6. So after calculation the strain energy value is 0.2009 Newton meter. So here in the member 0.2009 Newton mm strain energy is stored in the member. So next problem. The second problem is an axial pull of 100 kilonewtons. So here load is mentioned. The load is nothing but a gradually applied load on a circular steel rod. So circular steel rod of 3 meters long and 40 mm dia. So a pull of 100 kilonewtons gradually applied. So gradually applied. So the hint is given. So the formula we have to consider is strain energy stored in the body for a gradually applied load formula is considered. So next, find the strain energy that can be stored in the rod if E of the rod material is 2.0 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. So pull is given, diameter of the rod is given, length of the rod is also given, and material Young's modulus is also given. So we have to find out the how much amount of strain energy stored in the body. So formula for the strain energy for gradually applied load U equal to F square by 2E into volume. So F equal to nothing but P by A. So here P equal to 100 kilonewtons, that equal to 100 into 10 power 3 newtons, and L equal to 3000, D equal to 40 mm. So knowing the diameter value, substituting the D value in area formula. So formula in case of circular section A equal to pi D square by 4. So that equal to pi into 40 whole square by 4. That equal to 1256.63. So that is the area. So stress F equal to P by A. So P equal to 100 into 10 power 3 divided by area A equal to 1256.63. That equal to 79.58 Newton per mm square. So then volume. So volume equal to area into length. So area value is 1256.63 into length. So length is nothing but 3000 mm. So after multiplication the volume is 3769.89 into 10 power 3 mm. So that is the volume. So substituting the stress value, E value and volume values in the strain energy formula. So U equal to 79.58 whole square divided by 2 into E is 2.0 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square into volume. So volume is 3769.89 into 10 power 3. So after multiplication and calculation the strain energy stored in the body U equal to 59,686.56 Newton mm. So that equal to 0.059 kilonewton meter. So here the strain energy stored in the body is 0.059 kilonewton meter. So next problem. So calculate the strain energy stored in the body. Calculate the strain energy stored in the bar 2 meters long, 40 mm wide and 25 mm thick, which it is subjected to a tensile load of 90 kilonewton. Take E equal to 200 GPa. So here L equal to 2 meters, that equal to 2000 mm, and B nothing but width equal to 40 mm, and T equal to 25 thickness, and P equal to 90 kilonewton. So that equal to 90 into 10 power 3 Newton, and E equal to 200 GPa. So here Young's modulus value is in terms of gigapascals. So gigapascals is nothing but 10 power 9. So 10 power 9 Pascal. So GPa that equal to 200 into 10 power 3 megapascal. So from megapascal, 200 into 10 power 3 Newton per mm square. So this is the conversion of E value from GPa to the Newton per mm square. So strain energy stored in the body U equal to F square by 2E into volume. So F equal to P by A. So P value is 90 kilonewton. 90 into 10 power 3 divided by area. So area is B into T. So here B equal to 40 into T equal to 25. So 40 into 25 nothing but 1000. So F equal to P by A, that equal to 90 into 10 power 3 divided by 1000, that equal to 90 Newton per mm square. So formula for the volume is area into length. So here area is 1000 and length is 2000, nothing but 2 into 10 power 6. So that is the volume. So substituting the F value, volume value, and E value in strain energy formula. So U equal to 90 square divided by 2 into 200 into 10 power 3 into 2 into 10 power 6. So strain energy stored in the body equal to 40.5 into 10 power 3 Newton mm, or 0.0405 kilonewton meter. So the strain energy stored in the body is 0.0405 kilonewton meter. So next problem. A steel rod 3 meters long of square section 15 mm side hangs vertically from a clamp. It has a rigid collar of the bottom end. So here a rigid collar is also mentioned and hangs vertically from a clamp. So a square sized hangs vertically from a clamp. So here it is an impact load problem. So a weight of 300 Newton is suddenly dropped from a height of 30 mm onto the collar. So determine the instantaneous stress and extension provided in the rod due to the impact. Take E equal to 210 kilonewton meter. So instantaneous stress and extension produced in the rod due to the impact. So here two conditions we have to find out. So the first condition is instantaneous stress, and second condition is instantaneous stress corresponding to the extension, how much extension is produced. So for that the given data is L equal to 3 meters, that equal to 3000 mm, and side S equal to 15 mm. A equal here side is given. So area of the square section is nothing but side square by side square, that equal to 15 into 15, that equal to 225 mm square. And W is nothing but weight, that equal to 300 Newton, and width B equal to 30 mm. Wow, not width, it is height. Height H equal to 30 mm. Sigma max is the unknown value, and E equal to 210 kilonewton per mm square. So instantaneous stress nothing but sigma max. Formula for the sigma max equal to W by A into 1 plus root of 1 plus 2 AEH by W into L. So here W value is a known value, A value, E, H are the all known values. So substituting the values. So here W equal to 300 divided by area A equal to 225 into 1 plus root of 1 plus 2 into area. A is 225 into E. E value is 210 into 10 power 3 into H. H is 30 divided by W. W is 300 into L is 3000. So after calculation, the instantaneous stress value is 74.84 Newton per mm square. So that is the instantaneous stress. So corresponding extension, so nothing but delta L value. So delta L equal to FL by E. So nothing but PL by AE. So P by A. So F is nothing but P by A. That's why delta L formula is F by E into L. So here F equal to 74.84 divided by E. E is 210 into 10 power 3 into L is 3000. So delta L equal to 1.07 mm. So that is the corresponding extension. So therefore maximum instantaneous stress. So maximum instantaneous stress is 74.84 and extension is 1.07 mm. So that is the fourth problem. So coming to the fifth problem. So an axial pull of 50 kilonewton is suddenly applied. So this is the suddenly applied load related formula. So to a steel rod of 2 meters long and 1000 mm square in cross section, calculate the strain energy that can be absorbed if E equal to 200 giga Newton per mm square. So here a conversion is there for Young's modulus. So Young's modulus E equal to 200 giganewton per mm square. So giganewton is nothing but 200 into 10 power 9 Newton per mm square. So meter square conversion 10 power 6. So that's why 200 into 10 power 9 from 10 power 9 divided by 10 power 6 gets cancelled. So remaining value is 10 power 3. So that's why E equal to 200 into 10 power 3 Newton per mm square. So that is the E value, and P equal to 50 kilonewton. So P equal to 50 into 10 power 3 Newton. So L equal to 2 meters, that equal to 2000 mm. Here a cross sectional area is also given. So the cross sectional area is 1000 mm. 1000 mm. So from that we have to find out the volume. So here area value is a known value and L value is a known value. So that's why substituting the A and L values. So A equal to 1000 and L equal to 2000. So that equal to 2 into 10 power 6. So for suddenly applied load, the stress formula is F equal to 2P by A. So F equal to 2 into P value is 50 into 10 power 3 divided by area. So area is 1000. So 10 power 3 gets cancelled. So F equal to 100 Newton per mm square. So that is the suddenly applied load, nothing but stress. So strain energy stored in the body. So strain energy stored in the body formula is U equal to F square by 2E into volume. So F square is nothing but 100 whole square divided by 2 into E value is 200 into 10 power 3 into volume. So already we have calculated the volume. So the value is 2 into 10 power 6. So after calculating, the strain energy stored in the body equal to 50,000 Newton mm or 0.05 kilonewton meter. So this is the strain energy for the suddenly applied load problem. So in next class, sum of strain energy formulas we have to solve, and also some mechanical properties of materials we have discussed in the next class. Okay, thank you.